The TrendLine Master is really doing great. This is our brand new indicator. We've just finished it, and we're getting it set up for the installers for TradeStation, eSignal, and NinjaTrader. We've just finished the final release on NinjaTrader. The official release on the overall indicator is November 1st. So November 1st, we're going to have all the support materials like the instructions, the videos on how to use it, etc. will be available on November 1st, and we'll have all the installers built by then, and so it'll be all set to go by November 1st. But I'm going to give you a little preview today because here it is installed on NinjaTrader. If you happen to be using NinjaTrader, what we can do is we have the final installer built for NinjaTrader. Now we're moving on to TradeStation and then next eSignal. So the final installer is built for NinjaTrader. We could actually, if you purchase it and you're running NinjaTrader, we can actually send you a copy of the TrendLine Master so you can start playing around with it. But the actual instructions and all the videos on how to use it won't be ready until November 1st. So just keep that in mind. But it's a great piece of software because it will identify the longer-term trends and the shorter-term trends by automatically drawing trend lines that connect key levels of support on any trend, whether it's bullish or bearish. It will also identify shorter-term swings within that trend. And that's what you see on this chart of Ford right here, which is a daily chart. And this can work on all time frames. So not just the dailies, but it can work on the lower time frames and tick charts as well. And at the bottom, the actual software itself consists of two studies. One is the actual study that draws the lines on the chart. The second study is what we call the ribbon at the bottom, the trend ribbon. And the trend ribbon will change colors from yellow, red, light red, dark green, and a lighter green or lime color. And what that is indicating is as long as the actual color is green, dark green, or lighter green, then you're in an uptrend. If it is in light green mode, then that means you are currently in a short-term swing within that uptrend. Notice that if you look to the way of the right of this particular diagram here, you'll see that it's turned now back to a dark green. And the reason it did that, I'm going to use my pointer here, so let me just get that set up for one quick second. But the reason it has turned dark green is because it penetrated the short-term trend line here that created it now back to a dark green because prices are still above the long-term trend down here. So as long as prices stay above this long-term trend here, and I'll just mark it as an L, then you'll have a green color. When this trend line is penetrated, it will turn yellow. And then what will happen is that means that the long-term trend has been penetrated. When it can draw the next new short-term trend, it will turn from a yellow to a red, indicating a short-term trend is in progress. Now notice here, I'm going to erase these markings here. Notice here, okay, that once we started escalating into higher highs, we were able to go in with the long-term trend change here. This line here actually penetrated a long-term trend line, and so we had to wait until we had higher highs before we could draw another new long-term trend and connect a new support level because we can only use support levels that are followed by significant higher highs. We then had some short-term trends draw in here, and of course those are marking the short-term swings. So it's really going to aid you a great deal. The idea here is when you break a short-term trend line and the color turns to green, then you know the short-term trend has been broken, and that's an area where you could actually scale out. Now, you don't want to short yet because it's not red, and you definitely don't want to consider a short until it is red. But for right now, when a short-term trend goes from a light green to a dark green, then that means that could be a possible scaling out area. And what do we mean by scaling out? Well, it means that it is an area where you could, in this example, sell, because this is an uptrend, sell part of your long position. So that is an indication of what that could be. So this is another tool that we add to the ART software to round it out because, you know, one of our tools that we use in taking a look at trades is, of course, trend lines as well as the OWL and PTF. So I'm going to erase these drawings now, and let's go ahead now and just add all the other studies in. So we can load that, and we'll choose a template that I've built that has everything. And here's where we have everything loaded. So now you have the OWL, okay, you have the PTF, and then you have the ribbon from the trend up top. And notice how you can adjust the indicator. So, you don't really need this ribbon at the bottom very big. So it could be a very small, you can make it a very small ribbon and keep the other two that you actually want to be able to see values for a little bit bigger. So it's pretty slick the way it works. And so, all those lines that you see on that chart have been automatically drawn, and they will draw in real time. So as the market changes and we get new key levels of support, these lines will adjust and so forth. And it will work the same way on all three platforms, TradeStation and eSignal. Eventually we'll get it on the other platforms too, but those are our three most popular. If you don't like the default colors, these can all be changed in the control panel. So here's the colors for the actual trend lines. I'm just going to open this up so we see it better. But also too, if you want the uptrend not to be a line but some other color, you can choose that, and you can also change the thickness of the lines as well. And if you go to the ribbon, okay, remember that's a study in itself too, you can change the colors of the ribbon as well. Okay, so it all depends on your personal tastes. But these are the defaults that we're using here. Okay, the other neat thing, one last thing to cover, if you don't want the ribbon there, you can remove it. And there it goes, and just have the trend lines. Likewise, all right, let's put the ribbon back in, and basically you can load it by individual studies as well, just like you can our others. So here we can put the ribbon back in, and here we can remove the actual lines. So you could have the ribbon and no lines. And we did that on purpose, so some people may prefer to see the lines. Some people, all they may care about is if they should be long or short, or if they should have scaled out, and the ribbon can help them answer that question.